So, should you summon for the new banner? Well, short summary, yes, anybody could really summon on this because this banner is great, honestly. The characters are Xinqui, Beidou, and Xinyan, which honestly, all of them complement Eula really good. Xinqiu just because of his ultimate and like you can do frozen compositions and whenever you normal attack, Jincho's ultimate is right there. And Beidou is almost like the same thing. You can do super conduct with the frozen, not the frozen, I meant the cryo. And she's just really good, honestly, with support, which energy recharge can be here and there, but she's honestly really good. I like her. I like her a lot. And for Xinyan, you kind of do need a little bit of constellations for her to actually be like a little bit viable, but she's not bad with her either. So this is a good banner for anybody that wants to pull for Eula specifically. Okay? So honestly, if you're like a free to play, low budget spending player, this banner could be a little bit iffy because going forward in the future, I personally don't think physical damage will be viable as much as the elemental reaction characters. So considering that, I honestly don't think it's viable for free to plays and like low spenders unless, and remember this, unless you like her as a character and how she looks and plays. Okay, go ahead. This is a gacha game. Go and a really good gacha game where you can just choose anybody to build and then they will probably be very good. So if you like her and you just want to look at that thick ass, then go ahead, pick her for all you want. But if you're looking for the future and go be a meta slave, then I don't think Eula would be that type of character for you. More testing would be done with her whenever she comes out, but for right now, I don't think it will be a good banner for you to summon on. Now let's speak about the 4-star characters. First up, we have Xinqiu here, right? I've built Xinqiu level 80 out of 90, and I think he's really good even starting at C0. If you get him or get the chance to get some constellations on him, then he's honestly really good, really good. He's probably like one of the best 4-star supports in the game. Honestly, he doesn't need that many resources to be put into him per se, because all you really need, as you can see right here, I'm using a 3-star weapon, perfectly fine. Artifacts, I have some plus 16s there, and he does really well damage. I do have Constellation 4, but honestly, even at Constellation 0, you'll be perfectly fine. If you get the chance to get him, and if you're going to use him for Eula, then just build him up, please. He's so good. He is so good. And now moving on to Beidou, I think she is pretty decent as well. As you can see, I don't have her built out on this account, but I do have her built out on my main account, which I do use her a little bit sometimes. Even in Spiral Abyss, yes, floor 12, I do use her there, and like she is honestly not too bad. Her constellations all are pretty good, especially the 2nd constellation and the 6th constellation, obviously. So if you get those constellations, you're pretty much set with a Beidou. And she may have a little trouble with her energy recharge as her ultimate costs 80 energy, right? But as long as you have some energy recharge, I think you'll be fine. And as long as you're getting these counters on, then you should be really okay with her. But it may be a little bit difficult, so I wouldn't recommend building her like as a must, like as Xinqiu, but she's really good as well as an option to be put in a team with Eula. Now for Xinyan though, she is kind of iffy, you know? She does have this one talent where it does increase physical damage whenever the person with the shield has, but that's really all you only have unless you got Constellation 4. You know, Constellation 4 right here, this is really good. Unless you don't have that constellation, I don't think she's a really good character to build out for the team, so keep that in mind. Other than that, honestly, I don't really like Xinyan all that too much. You have to put a lot of resources into her for her to actually be really viable, so I don't recommend building her as much as the other two first. So please keep that in mind if you're going to be building her, as you're going to need at least a Constellation 4 for her to be a little bit viable. Now we're going to be going over the new weapon banner. We have the new weapon Song of Broken Pines, which is honestly going to be really good. It has a high base attack, and I think it'll be basically good on anybody because of that base attack. And the other weapon we have is the equivalent of Favonium, which is another high base attack for sword users. And they're both physical damage, so this is clearly a physical damage weapon banner. Anyways, the 5 stars aside, we have these 4 stars as well. First up, we got the Rust, which is a really good child weapon and a really good weapon in general if you're going to be using them as like a main DPS that's using the normal attacks. Other than that, it's an okay weapon. And here is like the best weapon for Xinqiu, the Sacrificial Sword. If you're a little bit of a spender, I would say this weapon banner is really good even if you don't have a Sacrificial Sword, or maybe even you do have a Sacrificial Sword and you want some more refines on it. I personally have a refined 5 Sacrificial Sword on my main account, and it's honestly amazing. It really does make a difference on Xinqiu. So if you get Xinqiu and want to build him out, a Sacrificial Sword is really good. But like I said, you don't need it, as you can have the Harbinger of the Dawn, which is a 3-star weapon. Next up is the Dragon's Bane Spear, which is okay. Not a lot of people can really use it too well. Like Xingling and Hu Tao could be really good with it, but honestly, they have better options. And with the Rain Slasher, it's okay on Beidou, but honestly, it's not that great. There's better weapons such as like the Sacrificial Greatsword or the Favonius Greatsword. So the Rain Slasher isn't all that too good. And then we have the Sacrificial Fragments. It's okay. It's best in slot for Sucrose, but other than that, it's just okay on anybody else, really. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it for the banner and what I would recommend. So yeah, good luck on you guys' summons, and I'll see you guys next time.